The political earthquake in Burkina Faso continues to send shockwaves across the continent. Just when the narrative seems settled, a surprising twist emerges. The African Union, previously a critic of the transition process, has shifted its stance in a remarkable U-turn. This move is not just diplomatic protocol. It reflects a deep internal change within the Union and the growing influence of Burkina Faso on the African political stage. So how did Burkina Faso achieve this seemingly impossible turnaround? How is the African Union redefining its role in African politics? And what does this mean for the future of the continent? To understand this pivotal moment, let's dive into the recent developments. In a surprising turn of events, the African Union has officially visited Burkina Faso. The mission, led by top African Union officials, was not your typical diplomatic mission. It was a fact-finding tour aimed at understanding the real situation in Burkina Faso and hearing directly from the man at the center of it all, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. This engagement marks a significant shift in the African Union's approach towards Burkina Faso, which has been previously characterized by condemnation and isolation. This begs the question, what prompted this sudden change of heart? Well, it's not just about Burkina Faso. It reflects a broader evolution within the African Union, driven by a need for change and a desire for a more authentically African approach to Traditionally, the African Union has often been criticized for being a platform where decisions are heavily influenced by external factors, leading to policies that don't necessarily reflect the true interests of its member nations. However, a new wave of reformist leaders is pushing for change. They argue for a more proactive role for the African Union, one that prioritizes African interests and tackles challenges head-on rather than shying away from them. And Burkina Faso, under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traoré, embodies this evolving perspective. The country's commitment to tackling pressing issues like corruption, insecurity, and socioeconomic challenges resonates with many African countries. And it's this shared commitment that's drawing the African Union closer to Burkina Faso. But let's take a closer look at the details of this historic visit. The delegation from the African Union arrived in Ouagadougou to a grand welcome. A testament to the significance of the visit, their first stop was the presidential palace, where they were received by Captain Ibrahim Traoré himself. The meeting between the O delegation and Captain Traoré was not a casual diplomatic exchange. It was a crucial opportunity for the O to gain insight into the challenges and achievements of the Burkina transition process. Imagine sitting in that room as these two powerhouses of African influence come together. The African Union, representing a collective voice of the continent, and Burkina Faso, showcasing a new model for African governance. It must have been a fascinating discussion, and the O delegation didn't just sit in the presidential palace. They went out into the field to witness firsthand the progress being made in Burkina Faso. They visited various local projects, spoke to the people, and got a real sense of how the country is moving forward. Picture this! Picture this. The O delegates standing in a newly built school in a rural Burkina village or inspecting a farm that is part of the government's agricultural revolution. It must have been a humbling experience. The trip wasn't just about seeing, but also listening. The people of Burkina Faso had a chance to share their experiences, their challenges, and their hopes for the future. This two-way interaction was a significant aspect of the visit, fostering a deeper understanding between the O and the people it serves. And the impact of this visit was not limited to the streets of Ouagadougou. It reverberated across the nation and beyond. The entire country was engaged in this historic event, making it not just a diplomatic mission, but a truly national experience. As the visit drew to a close, everyone was eager to hear the African Union's assessment of the situation in Burkina Faso. What would their report say? How would they characterize the progress made in the country? Well, the answer came during the press conference at the end of the visit. The African Union delegation spoke highly of what they had seen and experienced. They praised the progress made in Burkina Faso, acknowledged the challenges, and expressed their full support for the country's transition process. Imagine the scene! The African Union, once a critic of the transition in Burkina Faso, now fully supportive of the process. This shift in perspective is nothing short of remarkable. It underscores the dynamic nature of international relations and the evolving role of African institutions on the world stage. One of the most significant aspects of the visit was the African Union's recognition of Captain Ibrahim Traoré's leadership. They commended his efforts to stabilize the country, promote good governance, and improve the lives of the people. This acknowledgement is a testament to the hard work and dedication of both the captain and the people of Burkina Faso. It's a reminder that behind every successful leader is a nation that stands united in the pursuit of a common goal. But the impact of this visit extends far beyond the borders of Burkina Faso. It has wider implications for the African continent as a whole. The African Union has positive portrayal of the Burkinabe experience challenges the negative narratives often perpetuated by Western media. It offers a counter-narrative that celebrates African success stories and promotes a more balanced and accurate portrayal of the continent. The African Union's change in attitude towards Burkina Faso does unjust mark a shift in their relationship. It signals a broader evolution within the Union itself. It's a step towards a more proactive, inclusive, and people-centered African institution. A key aspect of this evolution is the increased focus on grassroots diplomacy. The African Union is now emphasizing dialogue and collaboration with civil society organizations, youth groups, and local communities. This approach ensures that African perspectives are at the forefront of policy discussions and that the people, the ultimate beneficiaries of these policies, are actively involved in shaping their future. This historic visit to Burkina Faso is a pivotal moment for the African Union. It signifies a shift from being a critic to being a collaborator, from being distant to being deeply engaged. It's a journey towards a more authentically African approach to problem-solving and nation-building. The African Union's newfound respect for Burkina Faso's journey serves as an inspiration for other African nations. It showcases the possibilities that arise when a government prioritizes the needs of its people, tackles challenges head-on, and embraces a collaborative approach to governance. As Burkina Faso continues its journey towards stability and prosperity, the African Union's support will undoubtedly play a crucial role. Together, they can pave the way for a brighter future for Burkina Faso and, indeed, for the entire African continent. This is a big moment for Burkina Faso. Once isolated and criticized, the country is now being embraced by the very institutions that once stood against it. This turnaround is not just a diplomatic victory, it's a testament to the power of perseverance, the strength of a shared vision, and the unwavering commitment to putting the people first. The African Union's shift in perspective is a wake-up call for African institutions. It highlights the need to adapt, to listen to the people, and to embrace change. It's a reminder that in a rapidly evolving world, only those who embrace change can truly lead. In the face of this monumental shift, it's essential for us to keep reflecting, keep asking questions, and keep pushing for a better, more prosperous future for our continent. Let these moments serve as a beacon, guiding us towards a brighter tomorrow where African voices are not just heard, but celebrated. And as we navigate the complexities of the modern world, let us remember the spirit of the interconnectedness of our humanity, and the shared responsibility we have in shaping a better future for all Africans. We hope you found this video informative and enjoyable. If you did, please show your support by giving it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. And if you haven't already, go ahead and download the app. Thanks for watching, and see you in our next video.